The call came at 2:47 a.m., her mother's voice, shaking, wet with panic. She's gone. She left tonight. With him. I stared at the phone, the screen glowing like a wound in the dark. My reflection stared back, still, silent, almost unrecognizable. Outside, the neighborhood was sleeping. Only one light burned across the street, a faint yellow glow, flickering through lace curtains. She had been packing for weeks, I just hadn't wanted to see it. Her suitcases had vanished from the top shelf. Her favorite coffee mug was missing. Even her perfume, the one that clung to my shirts long after she'd left the room, had stopped appearing in the air. When her mother hung up, I sat there for a long time, listening to the hum of the refrigerator, counting my breaths. She didn't just leave, she fled. With him. Abroad. To get married. And her entire family went with her, all 7 of them, leaving me in a house full of memories that had already begun to rot. The neighbors didn't know. They waved in the mornings, smiling, assuming everything was fine. I said nothing. I lived in silence now, the kind that presses against your skull until it hums. At first I thought she'd call, that she'd explain, that there would be a reason big enough to make sense of betrayal. But days turned into weeks. Then photos began to appear, tagged by her sister, shared by her friends. A tropical country, a beach ceremony, 2 rings glinting under foreign sunlight. Her in white, him beside her, grinning like he'd stolen something priceless. Her family stood behind them, smiling, approving. Every one of them. 6 faces I had welcomed into my home, fed, trusted. Now witnesses to my erasure. I didn't break anything, didn't scream. I simply closed the laptop, turned off the light, and sat in the dark. A part of me wanted to vanish too, but another part, colder, quieter, was already planning. The papers for the house were still in my name. Every document, every signature, mine alone. They had forgotten that. While they smiled for photos, I started clearing things. Her clothes, boxed. Her jewelry, stored. Every framed picture removed from the walls, 1 nail at a time. I stopped sleeping in our room. The bed smelled of her, so I stripped it bare and left it empty. Then came the calls. Her mother first, hesitant. "Beta, she'll come around. She just needed time." I ended the call. Then her brother, pretending to sound casual, asking if I could look after the house a bit longer. I agreed, my voice calm, measured. Inside, a clock began to tick, a slow countdown only I could hear. For months, I watched their happiness unfold online, until one day, it stopped. Their pictures disappeared, their accounts went silent, and then a single message arrived. "We're coming back. We need to talk." I didn't reply. They returned 3 months later, all of them. The sun had already set when they arrived. Their cars pulled into the street, headlights cutting through the dusk. From the window, I watched them step out, faces thinner, smiles forced. Her new husband wasn't with them. Her father stood on the porch, hesitating before ringing the bell. When I opened the door, their expressions cracked. No one spoke. She looked older, hair dull, eyes searching for warmth that wasn't there. Finally she asked, voice trembling, "Our house, where is it?" I let the question hang between us. The walls behind me were bare, the rooms hollow, stripped clean. No furniture, no memories, just echo. "You sold it?" her brother stammered. I nodded once. "Why?" "Because it was mine," I said quietly, "always was." They looked at each other, disbelief spreading like a slow disease. Her eyes darted toward me, pleading, furious, desperate. But I saw it then, the panic beneath the surface. Something had gone wrong abroad. The marriage had fallen apart, the dream had dissolved, and now they had returned, looking for shelter, for home, but there was none left. I handed her a folded sheet of paper, a property transfer receipt. my signature, and beneath it, a date, 3 days after she left. I'd sold the house while her plane was still in the air. She stared at it, lips trembling. "You knew," she whispered. I did. Silence spread, thick and suffocating. Her mother began to cry softly. Her father looked away, ashamed. I stayed still, watching. They had all gone with her. They had all chosen their side. And now they stood on the street, homeless, humiliated, hollow. I stepped past them, locking the door behind me. "There's a motel down the road," I said. "They take cash." Her voice broke behind me. "How could you be so cruel?" I turned once. "Cruel?" I said. "You left me long before you packed your bags." Then I walked away. The night air was cold, clean, and mercifully silent. I live somewhere else now, smaller place, fewer ghosts, no pictures on the walls, no rings in drawers. Sometimes I drive past the old street. The house is gone, demolished, replaced by something new. They never rebuilt anything after that. Not the home, not the story. I suppose that's what betrayal does. It burns the ground beneath your feet until there's nowhere left to stand. But I learned something. You don't have to scream to end a war. You just have to walk away before the fire catches you too. And when they ask me now, what happened to our house? I tell them the truth. There never was an our, only mine, and I let it burn.